What's going on, guys, and welcome back. So today I'm bringing you an exciting episode. Today we're going to finish painting the rest of the parts for the car, the Accord that is. I'm ready to go. I'm sitting at my paint booth right now. I have the draft all set up. I just got to do some taping and get the door to seal really good so I can get a nice flow here for my paint booth or my garage. And this is exactly the same way I painted the body of the vehicle. And the car itself came out really well, really good. And I basically taped off the fan, taped off these boards here, and put this one in because when you leave the garage door open, obviously the top is cracked. So I seal all this off. You probably couldn't tell that much in the time lapse, but this is what it takes to get the garage to seal. So I taped this edge here. I'm going to go ahead and tape this and all the way along these boards here to make sure it's nice and sealed along the ground too. I want to get the best suction that I can get for my fresh air intake system, which is here in the attic, which I grabbed 3 filters here for like a furnace or whatever. Just for like, you know, home ductwork and all kinds of stuff. They sell these filters at Home Depot. So I got 3 of these filters and put them in a little plywood thing here, and they seal pretty well. I didn't do like foam tape or anything, which I thought about doing. It's simply good enough. At this level, there's stuff that's going to get through the cracks of the frame of this thing, and it's just, you know, it's going to pull air from wherever it can, windowsills or this door or any cracks in the doors out here. So it will pull other air in, but for the most part, most of the air coming in is filtered, which is really good, which is what we want, and that'll be minimal dust in our paint. I actually had a surprisingly decent job on the car. I didn't have that much dust in the paint like I was expecting out of a garage job, and the suction was really good to get the fumes out of here because the fumes can really build up in here, especially when you're spraying clear. And especially now that I'm going to spray a bunch of smaller parts like this, I'm worried there'll be a lot of overspray. So I definitely got the booth set up. I'm going to go ahead and do all my taping and get the suction started and see if we can get this to warm up in here. I'm going to wait until the sun is high in the sky and right over the garage, hopefully warming up the garage for me so that I can paint with a little bit more heat. I'm gonna go put my clear coat in a bucket of warm water, probably 100-degree water if I can, and keep exchanging it so we can keep it warm. And yeah, because it's kind of cold here. It's like 60 something today, so we're gonna see if we can do it anyway. I gotta move the rest of the cars around so we don't get any overspray and anything, and start pulling parts out here. So hopefully by the end of today, I have everything painted. That's the goal. And yeah, and I'll show you guys a little bit more of my fresh air respirator system as well as this booth setup because I think it's kind of cool. In the past, I had just sprayed with, I had this little fan in the window, and that's just not, this is not adequate to ventilate this room. It's just not enough. This is even not enough. It would be nice to have 2 fans like this, but then I think that this may not be enough for air from that one location. But you know, it's a garage and I'm doing the best that I can in the garage, and I knew that the car could be sprayed with pretty good results in here, and I'm glad that I was able to achieve the results I wanted. So we got to keep moving forward, and eventually this thing's gonna be done. So hopefully this will be the last painting step for me. Got a lot of stuff to do, but I'm gonna get it all set up and then I'll show you guys where we're going from there. Alright guys, so I'll update you. I have the garage pretty much set up. All I got to do is get my mirror set up on my little stand and then clamp that to the table. But I've got my spoiler right here. This is sitting on top of a ladder. Should be able to get underneath everything and spray what I need to spray and get to the top too. And I have the pieces of lip here and here, the rear lip. The front lip is over there, suspended on the 2 sawhorses, and I have the skirts right here suspended on these sawhorses. So that's good, that over there. And then we got the grill here, all my pillars, taillight bezels, or marker light bezels rather. That one handle that the paint peeled off, which was very sad, but we'll fix it. And then, like I said, the mirror. And that's pretty much it. That's all I got to paint. It's kind of a lot, but at the same time, not nearly as much as the full car. So it shouldn't take me all day. But I'm waiting till the garage heats up. Hopefully you can hear me over the fan. We're at 63 degrees right now, so 66% humidity, which is a little high, but you know, not too bad. It'll burn off a little bit when the sun comes up more, but the sun is now baking on the attic or on the roof on the garage, so we should start to suck some of this hot air in. 63 is the highest it's been, and it's only gonna go up. So hopefully we get some more heat and this paint flows out nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and empty out my bucket with my warm water here. I got warm water from the tap, and I got my clear coat sitting in there. And if you warm up your clear coat and get it up to, 80, 90, I don't know, maybe 100 degrees, whatever, it will flow out really well, and it'll atomize out of the gun really well. And that way you'll be spraying nice thin layers, and you won't end up having to lay it on really chunky and get runs, because that's kind of the issue when it's cold. The clear coat lays on thick and you want it to go down flat, so you load it up and then you end up with runs. So we're gonna try to heat it up and make sure we don't get any runs. This is the kind of stuff that you're gonna get runs in, like stuff like this that's like long and sitting on this angle. I'm gonna try to make it look nice, but you might end up getting a run. So I'm gonna try to be careful and maybe load up a few coats, and just like on everything else, I'll do three coats, and I'll see if I can get it to not run. Anyway, that's the plan. I'm gonna wait till the garage heats up some more. I'm gonna start cleaning off parts and setting up stuff, and yeah, we're gonna keep moving. Alright guys, so I'm out here, I got my mask on still. You can see we've got really good results here. You probably can't even see because of the flashlight's too bright, but it does look really good. Don't really see many scratches. We do have some dust in our paint, but that's just the nature of spraying in the garage. And it didn't wreck the paint last time, so we should be good to go. But everything's looking really good. It looks like I got full coverage. I went over everything pretty good. I looked at it and it looks pretty decent, so I'm excited. I think we're ready to move on here to the clear coat phase. I'm gonna go ahead and clean out the gun and give this stuff some time to sit. I didn't really get the underside of these guys, these window moldings, but it is what it is. You're not gonna really see the underside of that. But yeah, overall, happy with the result. It's turning out really good. This guy's got some cracks in it. This is a really flexible piece here, so it might just show up with some cracks. Hopefully the clear coat levels it out. We'll see how it ends up looking. If it doesn't look that good, I can always get a different lip for it. But I do like the look of this one, so hopefully it comes out good. Just gotta let the base coat flash off, and then we'll be ready to go ahead and hit all this stuff with some clear coat. So stay tuned for that, coming up soon. Alright guys, so it has been probably just shy of a week here. I think I painted on Saturday and it's now Thursday night, so we're relatively dry here. Definitely dry enough to do a little bit of sanding on some runs here. I already did a little bit of light sanding. I think last time I might have jumped the gun and went a little bit too soon to the 1500. Purely because it just took me a while to buff the scratches out. Not because I went too deep or anything or destroyed it. It's just I had to do a lot of buffing, and I think that it's just because it was still kind of soft, and that 1500 was going deep. But I think that, you know, it's okay, and I still plan to hit the rest of the car with my new buffer, which I'll show you guys at some point. But for now, we're gonna try to take this run out. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a little bit of 600, which is super coarse, but this run is huge. It's fat. I really made a big mistake on this side and the other side. I just totally overestimated the amount of paint that this panel was gonna hold, and I just loaded it up in this corner here, and I just ended up with a run on this side and the other side. The rest of the panel looks super good, super flat. If you guys can tell over there, it looks really good. There's like no orange peel. It came out really awesome. It's just for the big run. But I'm gonna show you guys how I'll go about fixing something like this, and you know, hopefully you guys learn something. But for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit it with 600, and I'm using a paint stick with a piece of 600 on it. I decided to mount this to the bumper first, and that way we have a little bit more stability. But yeah, this is gonna take me a while, and I want to get the best angle on it, so I'm probably gonna end up moving the camera out of the way at some point. But this is the process. You just gotta be careful that you don't sand the wrong area, especially with something as coarse as this 600. You really want to stick to just the high spot here, but it's tough because it kind of wraps this corner. But you want to keep it flat. So we're kind of at a point where I'm not really willing to go any further. I'm happy with this. It's not going to be perfect, but this run is greatly reduced. If I want to take it down more in the future, I totally can, but it's just a front lip, and you're probably hardly going to see it. So I may just try to hit this a little bit more right here in the crevice, but otherwise it is sanded pretty much as good as it's gonna get, and you're hardly gonna notice this little run that I had. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit this thing with the buffer now, and we'll see what it looks like. Alright guys, so I think I'm gonna step on some tape. I think I'm gonna cap this video off right here. I didn't get done as much as I wanted in the past few days, but this stuff, I can't rush it, you know, I just gotta be careful and put it together slowly and make it look good. So right now, I think we are there. This is the best the car has looked ever. Since I owned it, I've never ever seen it like this. Never had a hood with paint on it and all this painted stuff here. Oh, it looks so much better than when it was primed. I thought it looked cool primered. So I'm really stoked. I wanted to wait till today to show you guys out in the daylight, but it does look pretty sweet. I'm very excited. Super pumped, guys. You know, I really dig it. I feel like it looks cool. It doesn't look like a Honda, in my opinion. On the front end, it doesn't really look too much like a Honda. The taillights in the back look like Honda taillights, but I'm really stoked. I had the side skirt just resting there earlier, but I'm going to try to mount that. But I want to do my final buff and get this thing to a nice high gloss before I take it out in public and show everybody what we're doing. But yeah, so I'm going to go to the junkyard tomorrow, see if I can get some of these pieces, some door checks to hold the doors open, just anything I find that I might need, little odds and ends, find a few donor cars and see if we can get some good stuff. I do want to go ahead and hit this first and foremost. I want to buff this with my new buffer, so I'll start that in a different video. That'll be for next week. You guys will see that. But yeah, so this is it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the ride. It's been quite the process, but we are almost there. We are so close. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. This thing looks pretty sweet. I'm gonna set you guys up here and turn on the lights. Yep. So I'm pretty stoked. This is probably going to be the thumbnail. But yeah, really looking good, guys. Oh, I'm so pumped. Hopefully you guys are enjoying. If you made it to this point and you're not subscribed, I can see the stats. I know 90-something% of you guys are not subscribed, which maybe some of you are watching my repair videos, but if any of you are watching my Honda videos religiously, just consider subscribing. It does help me out, especially if you guys are viewing anyway. And that way we can get some more traction here, because I think we're finally starting to have something pretty cool here. You know, for a while it was just any old regular Honda, but now it's actually, you know, got a decent looking engine bay and it looks decent on the outside too. So hopefully we can gain some traction on YouTube here and grow the channel. So if you guys don't mind sharing it with your friends, I don't often beg, but I am begging that you guys share it, because I would like to grow and I want to get bigger. So please help me out, and we can grow together and grow this car. And this is not even the end for this car. I got plenty left. I may start other projects, but I'll always come back to working on this thing, because this is what started it all, the whole turbo and tuning and everything. But I do think, I don't know if you guys are LS guys, but I think this might be next right here. That's going to be my next project. I've been thinking about fixing the frame on it in the back, and then doing something cool with it, maybe involving some turbos, or one or two, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But until then, stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching, and hope you have a great evening or morning whenever I post this. Peace.